rocking this deck for the past few weeks, and I do like this deck a lot. Because it's nice because it's a little bit better than some of the other tribal decks in that it can do a little bit more than one thing as far as play more of this flash game where humans are just kind of very sorcery based speed unless they have Aether Vial out and they start attacking your hand. Where Jerad has a little bit more like counter magic essentially built into his tribe. Right,
he's a bit more of a flash tribe.
Correct, like just
spell quellers and all that type of stuff.
No, correct.
Rattle chains.
Well,
turn 1 vial, that's pretty big. Burn, a deck that I have played quite a bit in Modern. Honestly, in this matchup, I think Bant Spirits, if they can put a clock in, is going to be very favored.
Well, then because he has Spell Queller, he also has Mausoleum Wanderer, which lets him counter stuff.
His spells interact very well with what Justin's trying to do.
No, correct. And if he gets a Lord or two down, the Lord's already put the other dudes almost out of Lightning Bolt range, and then if he gets 2 of the Drogsoul Captains out...
Everything is hexproof.
Right, so it's pretty much locked out, so then Justin can only attack Jerad, and I think he's going to lose that race, to be honest with you.
So going into turn 2 here, we're going to see Justin play another land and probably just pass here. His hand's overloaded with burn spells and lands. Really not where you want to be as the burn player. You really want to have like a Goblin Guide on turn 1, get in 4 to 6 damage. An Eidolon on turn 2 maybe in this matchup. You really don't want to just be saying go on both turns 1 and 2 though with no creatures.
I mean, he has a bunch of 2-minute spells in his hand.
Yeah, but you not having any creatures is really bad for the burn deck because if you draw them later, they're just useless.
No, especially in this matchup. And I mean, I could even see Justin too on the play. I mean, if he's on the play game to side out like a Swiss Spear or two, just because like they're kind of bad on the draw. To be honest with you, but. He definitely needs to start like building a board here, getting his creatures deployed if he does have any, because they will start getting gobbled up by Jared's creatures.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Him not having creatures is basically means that for the rest of the game, any creatures are just dead draws.
So again, Justin's just gonna pass here, just kind of waiting for Jared's unstep to deploy anything, if all.
He does have 3 more lands in his hand, so he is flooding out pretty hard here. He's got 9 points of burn in his hand, which, it's a lot, but he's very far away from winning this game. Oh, and there's another land. This burn deck just it's 7 lands. Yeah, that is just really not where this deck wants to be.
7 out of his 18
And we're going to see an end-step collected company here from Jerad.
And nothing Justin can really do about that.
Yeah, Jerad going into his turn 5 with 16 life, having just freshly deployed a collected company, he's very well set up to win this game 1 here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Justin can just pick up his cards at this point and go home.
I mean, there is a string of draws that wins in this game where if he were to just draw Boros Charm, Boros Charm, Boros Charm, he can win, if he just has enough burn. No, just 2 Boros Charms I think should be enough. 6, 8 points of burn I think is what he needs. No, 7. So like a Boros Charm and a Lightning Bolt, if his next 2 draw steps are those exactly, he can win this game. Jerad going to put a Spell Queller and a Selfless Spirit into play off of that collected company. Not the best hits, but it is a clock, so it's exactly what he wants.
I mean, 4 damage a turn. I mean, it's just
and it's looking to me like he's going to play this control game.
I definitely don't like this from
I don't like that either. Oh, and he's going to get blown out here by the Phantasmal Image.
I definitely don't like that here because being so low on resources from Justin's side and that he's committed to this plan means that that's that many cards now he has to redraw to go after Jared's face.
Right.
Which I definitely don't like. And, Burn wants to try and just dump their hand and get their resources out as fast as possible. This is not the matchup to be going after Jared's creatures.
Right. He needs to just be sending those burn spells at Jared's face and hoping that he draws enough more direct burn to finish the game out.
So why was the Phantasmal Image placed into the graveyard?
Because I believe he copied the Selfless Spirit and then sacrificed the Selfless Spirit to keep the Spell Queller alive.
Okay, yeah, because I definitely don't like making a Spell Queller. Copy a Spell Queller because if you target it, not too good there. Because then the Selfless Spirit cannot save it. So Justin just sitting on a bunch of fluff, unfortunately.
Yep, a couple more burn spells and more lands. I think he still has 3 lands in his hand. So he's gone through 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands with his fetches in his yard. That's awful.
Wow. And now we're going to see another collected company from Jerad.
Sometimes the Magic guys just don't shine up on you. You know, Jared's draw this game honestly hasn't been the best. You know, the Bant Spirits deck is capable of much more powerful draws than this. He was kind of given this win by Justin, but that collected company finding a Geist of St. Traft and a Drog Skull Captain really just going to put this game far out of reach, and he's going to draw another Spell Queller to protect everything. So I think we're just going to combat here and swinging with a big team.
Yeah, I definitely
4,
think,
6,
again,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
So the Geist has double hexproof.
Yeah.
And +1/+1.
And the ability to gain indestructible. So we're going to hit a Skull Crack. Justin fighting the good fight here, but I think it's all for naught.
Yeah,
it's an exquisite Firecraft. Spicy.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, not
That's
bad
a card
here.
you don't see in main decks often.
Uncounterable, but it doesn't really do much in this match. Spell Queller can just kind of gobble it up.
I was going to say Spell Queller doesn't counter it, exiles.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can just still gobble it up.
No, that's a card you don't see in main decks of Burn a lot.
So, moving on to the sideboards here from Justin, we see 2 Deflecting Palm, 3 Smash to Smithereens, 1 Molten Rain, a Grim Lavamancer, 1 Searing Blood, 3 Core Firewalker, 2 Rest in Peace, and 2 Path to Exile. What do you like?
I like the Grim Lavamancer, I like the Searing Blood, and I like the 2 Path to Exile.
Yeah, outside of that, I mean, the Deflecting Palm is kind of reaching, but I don't think Jared's creatures are ever going to get big enough to where he's going to punish.
No, he's not good at Deflecting Palm.
Like that. But yeah, no, I definitely like the Grim Lavamancer. It does go after all of Jared's creatures. The Searing Blood is just another Searing Blaze effect, which is super powerful. And then the 2 Paths, which are nice because they can go after some of Jared's Lords, which eases up on Jared's clock.
Right. So from Jerad here, we have 1 Disdainful Stroke, 2 Unified Will, 1 Jerboka's Command, 1 Geist of St. Traft, 2 Knight of Autumn, 2 Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, 3 Stony Silence, and 3 Rest in Peace.
So out of this, I like the 2 Unified Will, the 1 Geist of St. Traft, the 2 Knight of Autumn, and the 2 Thalia. And the Drogo's Can isn't bad because he could fight one of Jared's dudes, or he could go after the Eidolon because it does just destroy an enchantment, right?
I don't like the Dromoka's Command. I think that the rest of what you said is correct. I do not like the Dromoka's Command in this matchup,
Does the Dromoka's Command to also prevent damage from a spell?
I'm not sure. If that's a mode, then
yes.
yes.
One more mode, because that wouldn't be bad in this matchup.
It wouldn't be bad, but I still think that like Bant is a deck that wants to present a certain thickness of creatures, and like you can only afford to bring in so many non-creature spells.
Yeah, but I think at the very least, the 2 Unified Will, the Geist of St. Traft, and the 2 Knight of Autumn.
Okay, so it does counter an instant sorcery.
So I mean that wouldn't be bad.
So
it's like
not
another,
the worst,
it's
right?
like another Unified Will essentially.
Right. I didn't know that was one of the lines of text on it. So that is a card that he could bring in. I don't know if he's necessarily going to, but it is a card that you can bring in.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely a weaker option. Unified Will is 1 easier on his mana, and 2 just.
So we're gonna see a turn 1 Goblin Guide here from Justin.
2 less restrictive as far as its targets.
Yep, and we're going to see right back here with a turn 1 Aether Vial. This is really where Justin's deck wants to be, and it looks like he's going to have another 1-drop, 2 1-drops here on turn 3. He's got a whole bunch of 1-drops in his hand. He's going to be really aggressive this game. This is what the Burn deck wants to do. It wants to play a whole bunch of creature 1-drops on turn 1 and 2, get in for like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever damage.
Just keep counting up.
Keep counting up, man. That's what the Burn deck does. And then let the 1 or 2 burn spells that you have finish the job. Thalia on turn 2 usually is very good against these burn decks, but against Justin's hand in particular, it's not as good because he has 2 lines. He can just play a bunch of 1-drops and serve in. You know, one of them is going to get eaten, but
I hope Jerad has a Mausoleum Wanderer here for a blowout if Justin tries to like shock and lightning heal.
That's I was going to say. That's the other line is shock, lightning,
huge daggers.
And Justin is just going to go into combat here. I don't know if I like going into combat if you're necessarily on this plan of kill the Thalia.
Please have the Mausoleum Wanderer.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think you do that first. You do that before you go into combat because if he has the Mausoleum Wanderer and that block still happens,
it's less of a blowout.
It's less of a blowout, yeah.
Well, then you probably actually don't attack there because the Thalia is just going to stonewall every single creature you have, except for the
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not going in all in on the 1-drop plan, I like pre-combat attempting the And there's Jerad did miss that there. That's
yeah,
pretty bad.
I'm surprised he didn't try and just save it there.
I really don't like that. I like because you're gonna eat that Goblin Guide too.
Right. That was. I mean, obviously he loses one of his creatures, but like you just have this massive threat of Thalia. That's
I was gonna say the Thalia is much more
annoyance. Yeah.
valuable than this Mausoleum Wanderer. Reflector Mage is gonna bounce this Swift Spear. I think that was a misstep on Jared's part, honestly.
I think it was a huge mess up because now he has a 2/3 and he would have had a 2/1 with First Strike, and he just would have been unbeatable on the ground.
Correct.
So then he can just sit there and then start deploying his other spirits and fly over the top. So again,
Jerad friendly reminding.
Yeah, like we said, I think a slight misplay from Jerad there.
We'll see if it comes back to haunt him.
Unless he has bigger, better plans for it.
He has at least 6 point. Justin has at least 6 point of burn in his hand. So if I like playing a Goblin Guide. I don't know. He doesn't have another Goblin Guide. He's got 2 Monastery Swift Spears.
So
swerve in with both. Just get in the damage that it can, right? Because this burn's eventually going to be able to finish the job.
No, exactly. So again, here too.
Suspend a Rift Bolt.
I still just am kind of mad that he didn't deploy the Mausoleum Wanderer to save the Thalia.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad misplay there, honestly. That's probably going to cost him this game.
Yeah, agreed. Hopefully, you can interview him after this and talk to him about that.
Yeah.
And see.
I'll let you handle that one.
No, for sure. That was all in on that because that would have been just like,
get
done.
you.
That would have been super huge.
Yeah.
Would have been a nice, easy 2-0 for Jerad here, but I think we're probably, depending on the texture of Justin's hand.
He's got at least 3 more points of burn, so Jared's effectively at 1.
Correct, but Jerad does have a spell queller in his hand. Yeah,
that's
2.
True.
He can essentially deploy both of them, but I think he only has 1.
I think we're going to see Jerad attempt to cast the spell queller here in the face of the Rift Bolt.
So get there. And then the Wanderer, doesn't it get +1/+1?
There is a Lightning Helix there. Yes, the Wanderer does get +1/+1.
So, again, Wanderer could potentially stifle anything Jerad tries to do here, but going super
here's the thing. He can buff the, even if the Mausoleum Wanderer sacks to counter this Lightning Bolt, the prowess triggers are pretty big for these Mausoleum Wanderers.
No, yeah.
Oh, man, and he's going to violin another speller. Yeah, that's pretty big for Justin.
Ooh, but yeah, these Swift Spears are still 3/4s, right?
No, they're 2/3s.
No, 2/3s. So, you could still crash if you wanted to.
Having both 2 Speller Quellers is really backbreaking for Justin there.
No, exactly. Because now he just sells you 2/3s that are essentially unblockable. No, it was... Oh, no. The ones... No, the Swift Spears didn't see the Rift Bolt being cast this turn.
No, they were under suspend, right?
Right, no, Craig came out during his upkeep where he cast those during his main phase. See if Dan can clear up that confusion. He's only cast the Lightning Bolt.
No, he did attempt to cast the Rift Bolt. Remember?
No,
he attempted to cast it.
That was in his upkeep, though.
Yeah, so... Oh, yeah, no, they don't see it. That's right. That's right. You're correct. Now I'm confusing myself.
No, you're fine. But I think this Drugstall's Captain's going to make it real hard for Justin to kind of win here now.
Yeah.
I don't like committing more of an attack than just those 2.
That seems greedy.
That seems super greedy. Unless he's got something spicy in his hand.
He's got 2 cards left. There's a Reflector Mage in there. Okay. You can't commit with the Reflector Mage, too, can you?
No. Even this attack seems kind of greedy.
Going in for 8. That is a 3-turn clock.
Actually, it's 9, because that's 3.
Yeah, you're right.
+1.
It's still a 3-turn clock.
Oh, no, not arguing that.
Another
super greedy. All right.
So, I wonder what Justin's line is here. I
Cast
think
as many spells in Smash?
Well, I'm just saying, do you point the Lightning Helix at the Drog Skull Captain? Do you point it at the Reflector Mage? Do you point it at his face?
It all depends here.
Reveals a Mausoleum Wanderer.
Depending on what he has.
God, that's bad.
Because, I don't really see a winning line. Unless he had, a bolt to start, cavalcading down, all his spirits and everything. But I think it's pretty much over for Justin.
Yeah, he needed to have a second burn spell here.
Yeah, correct.
He needed to be able to remove the Drog Skull Captain.
And then I could see just start, mowing down the spell queller.
Right, you kill one spell queller, and then it kills another spell queller. Yeah, he's going to go after the Drog Skull Captain here. Yep. Which it's going to get eaten by this Mausoleum Wanderer.
And, yep, double block there, take 2.
And we're just going to swing in for lethal here, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So Jerad not going to get punished for that misplay earlier.
I still really like that line, though, because it would have just squeezed even more value out of, like, just constricted Justin even more.
Yeah, you're basically trading up your Mausoleum Wanderer to keep your Thalia, which I like. I think
I liked
it's
a lot. I mean,
yeah.
the Swiss Fears were kind of annoying because they don't line up with Thalia too well, but you had